Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We're here for yet another game of the Sevens. Now, they were just mentioning for this game between France and Wales, it is kicking off in only a minute's time, by the way. It is actually Wales who had the worst defence last week, letting in 21 tries, which is not what they will be wanting this week. And when you've got the likes of Legal, also Perez, Sefu on the other side, you're going to have to make sure you're making your tackles, but it is going to be a tough one for the Welsh here. But nonetheless, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We've got plenty more Sevens action coming to you guys in the near future. We got for show in the chat. Hey, hello, good evening, Amish bro as well. I hope you are doing well, mate. And currently, we are just about to get underway for this matchup. That is the whistle. And now France versus Wales is underway. We've got a match straight after this one as well. And that is going to be the game that I can't quite remember who it is going to be. Japan versus England, I believe, is actually the next matchup that we are covering, but now it is going to be Morgan McRae making his way forward. Gets up, goes again. No, he doesn't. It's not allowed. And it's almost like Six Nations match as well. It is indeed. And Six Nations just around the corner. How's the Wales looking? Oh, okay. That's not the start to the match that Wales were wanting. And McRae, he's ended up having a run. Then from there, ended up throwing the ball away. The referee told him to put the ball down. He took it with him. So now he's off the field for the next 2 minutes. It's harsh reality in the Seventh Circuit, but now Perez on the outside. This is looking very good. Out to Jordan. Sefu takes it beautifully, just driving himself for too strong. And Jordan Sefu scores the first try of the match for France. That was very quick. And let's go to La Bleu as well. And this is Aiden. Also, I should mention the other locations of the series are Vancouver, Toulouse, London, and Los Angeles as well. It'll be pretty awesome to see all of those take place, because this is actually the first Seventh Circuit that I have actually followed kind of completely through in terms of from start to finish. So hopefully it does all end up taking place and we don't have too many cancelled games. But Jordan Sefu just breaking through almost 3 defenders for that one. And New Zealand hasn't had sevens for a while. Yeah, the last one that we did have was the Olympics, which was actually last year, November, somewhere around that mark, I believe. That's going to be over as well. Very nicely kicked by the French kicker. I believe it would have been Perez, I want to say, but I could have that one wrong. But series try at the moment. Jordan Sefu, he's sitting there, 15 tries so far he's been able to get for himself. But McRae's still going to be off the field for another 1 minute, 8 seconds. And that will be a costly minute as well. That's going to feel like a very long 68 seconds. Perez now going to be kicking off once again. They are trying to target maybe Jordan Sefu as the option. Instead, it's going to be Labelle. Passes the ball back nicely. And France just going to be attacking hard. Lloyd Evans trying to rip the ball away. Is that someone's foot? No, it's a tee or something along those lines, or maybe just some tape that was on someone's leg. It looked like someone had a detached limb at that point in time. But now going back across, he's actually doing a nice wee spin there for it was Riva breaking through the defensive side from Wales. Is not looking too flash. Jordan Sefu, he's going to score another one between the sticks, and that is the second try of the match for France. We have got the Armene Sevens in New Zealand tournament as well. Oh, I guess, yeah, Hamilton Sevens has been a little while, hasn't it? Since we have actually seen it. I want to say it was like 2017, 18, somewhere around there, perhaps. Maybe a little bit more recent, but I think it has been a very long time. Do you think playing sevens are harder than 15s? In some regards, yes, because at the end of the day, you miss a tackle, your team's conceding a try, and you know that it's completely on you. Whereas in the 15s game, sometimes you know you got backup. You got someone who might be able to help you out, but then there's a lot more, I guess you could say it's more drawn out contact in the union side of it. It's all playing for 80 minutes. And also, hello, Amish, welcome back. As well, says Michelle, welcome in. But then saying that, you've got to almost be an Olympic sprinter to be able to take part in the sevens, because it's literally just short bursts of energy back to back to back and continuously going for it as well. But currently 4 minutes 20, that's going to be the big knock on, but it is the penalty to Wales. I think they just tried to close that gap a little bit too much, maybe tackling the man in the air. Now McRae will be back out on the field. They can't afford to lose any more players who won the cricket comp as well. And there's us, so I have got the results. And I can say in first place, we will probably go through this on a couple more of the live streams as well for anyone who isn't tuning in. But first place, it was actually myself. You know, I was able to nail it in that regard. Second place was Paddy Wagon. Third was Jay. And then fourth equal was Robert and Novmum. They were the two to get the fourth. And Hamilton was a host in the 2019-20 season. Oh, so it was actually more recently. That's the thing. Time's flying. We're already in 2022. It feels like it should still be not 2022, pretty much. And also, morning all, let's go Kiwi Lads as well, says David the Moore. Welcome in the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well. Great step there from the Welsh, and it is going to be Morgan Williams breaking through, and this is going to be the first try of the match here for Wales does score it. Perez trying to make the tackle on him, but not quite able to stop him. And that is now going to be the try to Wales. Have they got a little bit of fight left in the tank? And also they have to be fit for sevens, exactly right. You can't afford to not pretty much run everywhere. If you do end up, I guess you could say, if you get caught napping, everyone's going to know because that gap opens up that you should have been covering as well. Morning, David. As I said, Sebastian, did you have like a quick fire sleep, David? Like a 1 or 2 hour just pop. And then from there, you're all good to go. Oh, that's at the post from pretty much straight out for Wales. So that is going to be remaining 14 points to 5 with 2 minutes 50 left in this first up. But anyone who's new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be covering the game straight after this one, Japan versus England. Then we've got a little break, Argentina versus Jamaica. That will be a very exciting matchup, full of tries. And then after that, Samoa versus the South Africans. That looked a little bit high from that man. Probably got to be careful. Oh, Perez just flicking that one way into touch. And now seems like Wales are starting to find a little bit of momentum here. I think it's called as a knock-on. No, it's a forward pass. So instead, they are going to be taken on the scrum. But they need to make sure that they don't take their foot off the gas here for Wales. They're going to make them pay for this one, or else, like, that's the thing. They've got Labelle, they've got Perez, they've got Jordan Sefu. All of those men will just keep on going and going and going until the final whistle. As Fiji are an awesome sevens team. They are indeed. And really, like, that's the thing. It always feels like there's a missing piece in the sevens circuit when we don't have a Fiji inside in their men and women, because they are both missing from this one, but now going to be attacking forward here once again for Wales. Williams just outside of the 22. No, it's going to be the advantage now in favour of Wales. Oh, that's a little bit of a cheeky play. He's kicked it in behind. It's gone too far, but they will be going back for the penalty. All that means just, running straight into the barricade. And also, can you explain me 7 players playing at 15 squad? 15 players should be playing in sevens competition. Is it possible? Some players do actually get to transition between the two. I know that a good example of that is probably someone like a Caleb Clark. He was the reserve in the Olympics, but now he is back into the union side of it. So it just depends on kind of how you can juggle it. If you can play both of them, I know of a few players who do try and do just that. But overall, normally you kind of pick your kind of style, I guess you could say, or your game format, because in current times as well, it's very hard to be able to travel. Hi, Seth, brother. And yeah, Hamish, pretty much as I says, David the Mod. And I had a little bit of a think about it as well. It's going to be a good run forward straight away from Lloyd Lewis. I believe the first time we've seen that man touch the ball. But at the moment, Wales have got France on the back foot. Going to be a good run forward. Once again from McRae, still available. Williams going short side, ball on the inside now to Williams as well. Where is Owen Lane? No, he plays for Cardiff, doesn't he? Owen Lane, I'm thinking of the wrong man. I'm thinking of instead, who am I thinking of? Not Lloyd Lewis, I think I was meant to say Lloyd Lewis, but instead said Owen Lane. This is going to be a good run forward for Williams now 5 meters out. And Lloyd Lewis joining that breakdown. There's a player down at the moment for Wales, so they're playing with 6. That's not going to be an ideal little bit of a player now because of it. France, they've got them under all sorts of pressure. It's still available, though, for Wales currently. Oh, no, there's another player down. That's an ankle. They're playing with 5 at the moment here. And they are running very low on stocks. Looks like one of the players, he has been able to work his way back to his feet. He's just tried to step on that weak ankle, and it is showing that it is not 100%. Perez getting on the ball wins the penalty for France as well. France will be trying to play as long as they can here because they have got a man down with an injury. So because of that, France can really capitalize, try and get themselves a try. That's great pace on the outside there from Trouble. And he is going to be going, unfortunately, for Wales. The man is getting helped off the field, and that is going to be the try to France, making the most of the opportunity. Hamish, who won the cricket comp, their score predictions, and also curious why have they changed the time of the final, and it used to be 10 minutes and a half as well, says Aiden. Not too sure. I guess they just decided that it was the better way of doing it only with the 7 minutes, maybe just to keep this kind of similar format as well. But yeah, pretty much it was myself who was top of the board. Then from there, it did go, who was second? It was actually Paddy Wagon, who was second, Jay in third, and then Nov Mum, and also it was Robert in fourth equal for that one. And some union players have been sent to the 7 squad to improve their fitness. This format just forces you to keep going like a workhorse. Is exactly right. And I was Amish Pro, game same, but strategy different. So it's a comparison in between these two formats. So pretty much the easiest way of saying it, I guess, in terms of the difference in style is sevens is pretty much all focused on, I mean, I could be wrong here. Hopefully you guys do correct me if I get this wrong, but sevens is focused when you're on defense, it's purely one-on-one. Whereas in Union, you normally have like an extra guy just in case kind of covering. And Sevens, you've got to pretty much just keep on attacking the line, finding the offload, keeping that ball alive, because as soon as it goes to the breakdown, there's a chance that you could lose it. You don't want that, because or else then you can have a penalty against you. Did Sonny Bill Williams play Sevens for New Zealand? It's a very good question. Did he play? I know he played league. I don't know whether or not he did play Sevens as well, though. But Jordan Sevu, 2 early tries, 1 minute, 3 minutes into that first half, he was able to score them. Then also it was Frabal who was able to score the other. Morgan Williams scoring the lone try of the match for Wales so far, but currently a nice lead forming for the French. Ranked 5th going into this game as well. Break in there, Pasquet. He's going to be in there. It's going to be interesting because I haven't actually played as France in Rugby 22 yet, but I feel like that is a game that I certainly want to play a little bit more of, definitely because I want to get myself some of those nice packs as well. And currently, for the leaderboard in terms of the cricket side of it, I did end up getting myself first, Paddy in second, and then also in third, it was Jay, who did have 19 points as well, I should mention, for the points. Paddy had 30 and I had 39. And then 16 for Novmum and also for Robert. And I think, Sebastian, you had 15 for yourself. And did Sonny Bill Williams play Sevens for New Zealand as well? Says Kevin there. And it makes sense. There are a lot more ruck turnovers in Sevens as well. It's unusual to commit more than 2 players in the ruck and Hamish Bro should. We all seen the Rugby Sevens World Cup in features and futures as well. We actually have got a Rugby World Cup for the Sevens coming up very soon. I think it is later on this year. And it is supposed to be in Cape Town, I believe. If I'm not wrong, it's going to be a good run forward once again there. I believe that would have been Hayard was making his way forward. I feel like some of these French pronunciations do need improvement, so I do apologize for that in advance. Jordan Sefo and I had to say that man's name now, and I'm going to keep on learning it because he is going to score himself the hat trick for this game now. Got plenty of pace, puts the ball down, and scores another try for France, and they are currently just digging in their heels, trying to get themselves plenty more tries throughout this one. And the points differential, they're going to be all over the place in all of these different games because some teams are flying up with the points, other teams are flying down with the points. So we just got to look at that 42-0 for Australia in the last game up against Kenya. But as much as he wanted to catch him there, Lloyd Lewis, he just didn't quite have the acceleration required to be able to get him. Jordan Sefu scores his third. And France, they have now got themselves a 26-5 lead. That one does miss out to the side. Once again, just away to the left. 6 minutes left in this game now. And France have got the potential of maybe being able to bring themselves up to 40 points as well, similar to what we saw in the last game. But Jordan Sevu's series line breaks at the moment, sitting at the top. 18, Corey Toole and Kennedy sitting there with 17. And then Epi, actually another Frenchman, he is sitting there. And that's Nelson Epi, who will be coming off the bench a little bit later on in this game as well. Kicked off nicely. It's a good tackle made by Frabal. Only inside of their own 22 here for Wales. They do just need to find some way through this defence of France as well. That's the thing. Their attack is solid. Their defence is very good as well. And they are certainly a prospect of being able to take down a big dog in this competition if they get lucky. We have got there is the Italy take part in Sevens. I don't believe so. I don't remember an Italian team that I can think of there in recent time. Maybe they have in the past. Oh, that looked like another injury there for Wales. Surely not. Okay, he is getting up. I was going to say, if they lose 2 players in this very first game, they're going to be running a bit low in terms of the size of the squad. That is a brilliant kick behind Perez, trying to chase it down. It sits up beautifully, and it's going to be the try. What a try it was as well. And that was for Ewan Rosa, who was able to score. Oh, he's done a ribcage, though. Oh, no. Has he winded himself, or has he actually injured himself? Don't know. I really hope that's nothing too serious, though. They need their players. At that stage, kicks it in behind. Perez was trying to get back, wasn't quite able to get it, but instead running his way forward at Ewan Rosa. Right. What do we see in slow motion here? Oh, yeah, no, he just dug the ball straight into the ribcage. As what did you think of the BBL final? I thought it was all right. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than it did end up being. I just thought that maybe we were only going to have like a 10-run game or something like that, but it's still a good final, I feel, overall. I guess, in a way, hopefully we don't have any Sydney Sixers supporters here, but I think the right team won for the competition, the way that they have been going, the Perth Scorchers. They've been dominant throughout, and they probably, they deserve the title at the end of the day. Looking for the offload, and it's nicely done once again. Now, that is a brilliant offload offload, sorry, to Nelson Epi. And now he is going to be scoring another try. This game is just raining them at the moment. Going to be using up a little bit more time here. They've decided they don't need to bother. We're waiting for that ball to get put down, waiting for a Welshman. And that is going to be the try once again for Epi. And like I mentioned, Epi has got plenty of line breaks. That is going to be another one. Sorry, that was the BBL final one as well. But currently, our next game that we are going to be covering, Japan versus England. Then after that, Argentina versus Jamaica, which will actually be our first Jamaican game that we cover on the channel, up against Argentina, who are doing very nicely for themselves. Almost won the final last week up against the Blitzbox. But of course, the Blitzbox, they are absolutely phenomenal. Aren't you sleeping as well? Says Nanuja, I will be sleeping probably this afternoon. Because George will be free tomorrow, which is one of the other Kiwi lads. So we'll probably end up filming kind of early morning, or I guess early afternoon, morning type range. So that because of that, I will be up till that time rather than sleeping in and then having a round after dinner. As well, it's going to be Perez now stealing that one for France. Looking for the offload, not quite able to find it. And instead it was Soto making the tackle once again. Wales just jumping on straight on the ball, wins the penalty for Wales. Wants the ball once again. I'm a happy perf one. It was good to see the partners, families and partners there, or the players, families and partners. Yeah, it was good to see that they were allowed some sort of, I guess you could say some sort of like contact, if that makes sense, just because like when you're in a bubble, you feel very isolated in terms of not being able to see family and friends. So it is great that they have been able to see them now. That's going to be the youngster once again down the wing. He's just gone into touch. Brilliant tackle there from, and it was LaBelle who's playing with a little bit of extra in there as well. Decided to push him. He's going to have to be careful not to get himself penalised. I think he did end up tackling the man, and then from there, trying to push him over one more time. As well, and also Super Smash tomorrow. Be two good games. I think I am going to end up watching them on the replay, sadly, just because I won't quite be up late enough. Which sounds weird to say I won't quite be up late enough when the first game's at 3 p.m. But yeah, at this stage, I think I will be sleeping way into the night. That's going to be the penalty to France once again. And also we have got there, I think it's fair that the people, or there are people who think the Scorchers were better throughout, and there are people who are wrong. Says Sebastian Blunt, but to the point, I like it. And did you see Tate McDermott is going to co-captain the Reds with Liam Wright? I did indeed. And also, I think it's Ryan Lonergan is going to be captaining the Brumbies for their preseason game that is taking place tomorrow. I don't actually know whether or not they're showing that game in New Zealand as of yet. Hopefully they do. It's a good game. Hopefully we get to see Waratahs versus Brumbies over here. But now, once again, going to be running down the wing. That one is nicely taken by Wales. They've been able to steal the ball now, trying to step his way through. He's just trying to step the whole team at the moment, trying to go for the quick hands. Getting close to the touchline, tries the grubber. Does go into touch. No, he kept it in. Very nicely done. Alcioto once again, passing the ball nicely forward. And this could have been a 4-pass, but they are allowing it. And it is going to be the try once again. And that's going to be Blanc, who was able to score our men's 6-40 as well. And there says, or the men's at 6:40, I should say, for that one. And yeah, that's going to be a good game. And hopefully I get to see some of that one, even if it's just the second innings. Hopefully I am out about for that one. I was originally going to be live streaming it, but with George getting a day off work, it does pretty much mean like since he doesn't get many days off in the winter, or sorry, in the summer, I should say, it does mean any chance we get to film. If it means we get like an hour or two session in for filming, we take it every day of the week, just because or else then we are kind of just waiting. So, but that sounds like, was that the full-time siren? Yes, it was. I think they will get one more play in this matchup, but currently a very good leader. I heard, or do you know who's going to captain the Rebels? It was Dane Aylett-Petty as well. Oh, it's a good question. Is it Dane Aylett-Petty? I know that also, I guess, it would be kind of cool to see one of the younger players get the opportunity. It's going to be not back 10, or was it? Yes, just back 10. As the call now, Wales looking to try and cut down this points differential currently. Charging forward, little chip and chase here. It's going wide. It's going to be sitting up as well, and he runs it into touch. And that will be the end of the game, and there is going to be a points difference of 26 in this matchup. A good win for France, and I want Hodge to captain as well. He would be another good option for them in that 100 target spot. Sparks and Canterbury Kings to win the finals. Or you go on the South Island teams as well, liking it a lot. Hopefully, at least one of those two sides will be able to get the win for that upcoming one. But the next game that we are going to be covering on the channel for the Sevens circuit, it is actually going to be the matchup that has taken place between Argentina and Jamaica. Then after that, we have got Samoa taking on the Flying Blitzboks, and that is going to be the final game of the night that we are covering. But thank you all very much for tuning in. So we've probably got about in fact, I'm going to look it up quickly to see when that next game is going to be taking place, because I feel like we're relatively close, but we're also relatively not hugely close. Actually, what am I on about? We've got England versus Japan that has taken place in like 2 minutes' time. Whoops. Right, we will be transferring over to our next live stream. We will see you all in a very short moment.